My name is Dr. Stephen Nikodem. I am an orthodontist from St. Louis, Missouri. I developed and patented a spring that is made of a nickel titanium super elastic wire. The design and the properties of the spring offer a flexibility and wide range of treatment methodologies. The purpose of this presentation is to offer alternatives and options to current treatment techniques. These include chain ligation, intrusion, and the use of the Nikodem HMI spring with the growing aligner technology. I've been using the Nikodem HMI spring on impacted teeth for about 7 years now, and have treated over 300 cases with the use of the spring. I've had a very, very high success rate with its usage.
The biggest advantage as I see it of the Nikodem spring is it's activated immediately. The teeth come in quicker, and it's probably fewer visits to the orthodontist. And even when they go to the orthodontist, not only is it fewer visits, but it's less things have to be done. It's just to come in, let's look and see how it's going. See you next time. Dr. Nikodem developed the spring ligation technique. I think it's been about 7 or 8 years ago. We've done hundreds of cases together now. The spring ligation, the only difference is you have to realize that with the spring, it's already loaded as soon as you activate it during the surgery. So when you're doing the chain in ligation, a traditional chain, when you attach the chain to the orthodontic appliances, it's passively on the orthodontic appliances, and then they go to the orthodontist, and then the orthodontist has to activate it. With the Nikodem spring, as soon as you place the spring onto the orthodontic appliances, it's already activated. It's already pulling the canine down. So you have to be cognizant of how you pull on the canine to make sure you're pulling it in the direction you want it to go. Other than that, there's not that much difference, except you just have to know where you want to pull the canine and the forces that you want to exert on it in the direction of eruption. We're just going to demonstrate how we put the eyelet. You can see the eyelet that we use is just a standard bracket, has a loop on it, and you can see on the Nikodem spring they have a long leg. So what I do is I just use a mosquito pickup, and as you just thread it on just like you're threading, and then it has a coil. So then as you put it on, you just kind of put it around the coil, and it gets hooked in there, and then you're good to go. And then what I do before I bond it onto the patient is I cut this long leg off, and you can see the other side has a long leg as well. I will also trim that off after I bond it to the orthodontic appliances in the mouth. But you can see how easy it is. You just kind of put it on there and then put a circle, and now you can pull on it and it won't come off. And that's all there is to it. When I consult with the parents about doing this procedure, most of them are very appreciative of the fact that we can actually get the teeth in, because they're scared to death that those teeth aren't going to come in. And obviously those teeth were made to go there, so if you have a way to bring them in, they're all for it.
Is the progress, now that you see the x-rays and your photo, has the progress been satisfactory?
Yes.
Is it what you anticipated?
Yes.
Is the treatment gone as you anticipated?
Yes, I think it has. It went faster than I expected it to, but very easy as well.
Are you happy?
Yes, very happy.
Is Mom happy?
Yes, very happy. And I was so excited because I knew it was going to work.
This is a palatally impacted cuspid that will not come down into the slot on its own, so it requires just not orthodontic treatment, but a spring ligation by the oral surgeon. She had her oral surgery on June 23rd of 2010 by Dr. Weber. And here is the same tooth now in its slot where it belongs, with normal, healthy periodontal structures, as well as the other teeth have remained very healthy throughout the treatment. Back in 2008, you had an impacted cuspid, and you went in to see Dr. Weber, and he went ahead and put a standard gold chain ligation on that tooth. The gold chain worked some, but it didn't work as well as we wanted it to. So we had Dr. Weber go in and then place on the Nikodem HMI spring. We started to see that the tooth began moving for us very nicely. It was a very difficult chain ligation. Now, this last October of 2011, your tooth is perfectly placed in the position where it belongs. Even more importantly, the surrounding periodontal structures and your other teeth are remaining healthy. Back in April of 2009,
we had noticed that your eye teeth were in poor positions. So it was important that we sent you to the oral surgeon to have spring ligations placed on those teeth. May 27th of 2009, we were able to create sufficient room to bring these teeth down and in. April of 2010, and you can see that your one cuspid has already dropped in. Your right cuspid is down in the position where it belongs, and your left one is hanging behind a little bit. We thought that it was very, very important that we had the other spring ligation checked by the oral surgeon. After checking, he refastened the spring ligation to another aspect of the tooth, and now in March of 2011, you could really see resolution where the tooth is starting to become more vertical rather than horizontal as it's starting to find itself dropping into that space. We have a case of a chain ligation necessary procedure, and in this case it's a little different because we have a situation now where we have 4 teeth that aren't erupting normally. So we have some ectopic eruption on the upper, and we have what it appears to be lower cuspids not erupting. What do you see here, Dr. Weber?
Well, you can see on this particular Panorex, the upper cuspids are erupting on the palatal side. You can see they have follicles around them, but they're mesially inclined. They're not going distally, and they wouldn't erupt where they're supposed to if you leave them alone. And on the bottom, you can see where the lower canines, they almost look like the roots are all the way down to the inferior border of the mandible. You need to get these teeth in before they get ankylosed, as soon as you possibly can, because if you don't get them in, they may never come in. So what we did is we did the spring ligations on all 4 of the impacted cuspids. We did take out the primary upper cuspids, teeth number C and H, to make room for the permanent cuspids to come in.
So 1 year later, after the chain spring ligations were placed, the patient was then completed the orthodontic phase, and as Dr. Weber had alluded to in his interview, here we have a nice finished result. The roots of the teeth are parallel.
And the nicest thing about this is now that these canines are in, they're normal teeth, just like everybody's. Like they never had anything done to them, and they'll last as long as if nothing had been done to them. So it's a great service to the patients if you can do this procedure.
What Shannon will do is take a burr and right down the central groove into the buccal and lingual groove of the molars, she's going to drill just a little hole on both sides of the aligner. Then, with the Nikodem spring, she is going to take a hemostat and she's going to slide the Nikodem spring through one side of the aligner. She pulls it through to the opposite side so it just tucks right through. And then she's going to pull it through the opposite side of the aligner. Okay, and now she's going to adjust it slightly so it's right across. And now she has her spring. Then with a straight wire cutter, she is going to take and clip the extensions that she used to get it nice and through the aligner. And she's going to do that on both sides to ensure patient comfort. And now she has the Nikodem HMI spring used with intrusion off of an aligner. She will do the same process on all 4 molars, and the aligner is now ready to be placed into the patient's mouth. Hi, Vanessa. How are you?
Good. How are you?
How old are you, Vanessa?
I'm 23.
23. Vanessa, when you came to me, you had a very, very deep anterior bite. Mm-hmm. And we couldn't put braces on you initially because you'd be biting the braces off your bottom teeth. So in combination with an aligner, we put the Nikodem HMI spring across your front teeth. What has the progress been like in these 2 months? Now that you see how your bite used to be in the front, how much your upper teeth overlapped your lower teeth, what does it look like to you now?
I would say it's dramatic change in my bite. very good progress.
Great. And now let's just smile, and then you could see the aligner with the springs in, okay? Was it a painful situation?
I had some discomfort in the beginning, about a couple days, and then I took some Advil and relieved the pain. Any pain I had, it wasn't too painful.